discuss about
Okay.
it in June. Tamara?
Are we live?
Yes, we are, Tamara.
Okay. Let me introduce a group of our collaborators who participated in the workshop that was organized by Meleem Skopje. Meleem Skopje is one of the 4 partners of the Tbilisi Architecture Biennial, with whom we will be working on different numerous projects throughout the whole year until end of September 2021, and I really hope that after that as well. As you know, Tbilisi Architecture Biennial will end tomorrow, but there are many different parallel projects going on, and they are organized by our partners in Ukraine, Northern Macedonia, and also Germany. So this is now the part which was organized by the organization Meleem. And they will report now, they will kind of summarize what happened during the workshop, what were the topics, how the participants perceived it, because this was, I think, the first time that Georgian and our partners, our foreign partners, they cooperated together on the same project. So I would like to introduce Sara. Sara Simoska is founder of the organization and our main partner. So please, Sara, tell us in 2 words about the project, about its participants, mentors, and so on. Thank you. So, Sara, the floor is yours.
We cannot hear you.
You cannot hear me?
Hear me?
Yeah, Sara, we can hear you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sara, the floor is yours.
We cannot hear you.
Thank you for all the project and all the possibility for us to join this.
Yeah,
and it was very challenging to work online for co-designing of 2 public spaces in Skopje and Tbilisi. And it was very interesting week full of different ideas and creative processes. And I'm very proud of the work we have done with mixed groups from Skopje and Tbilisi and 1 person from Novi Sad. I will start now with the presentation, sharing the screen. This is our main poster, which was firstly the building and the location of Skopje, but now we made it half-half with half of the building in Georgia. So the aim of this project was to present a partnership program between 2 cities, Skopje and Tbilisi. And as we are working as Meleem Skopje for public spaces in Skopje and all North Macedonia, so we wanted to develop this more and try to understand how it is in other countries, for example, in Georgia and Tbilisi. And we were working with 2 tutors from Skopje and 2 tutors from Tbilisi, all with different backgrounds, which was very interesting for us because each person was giving a different input to the projects and to the participants. So I will start now telling you about the location in Skopje. It's a student dormitory, which is the biggest student dormitory in the country, and it's characterized with its brutalism architecture, which is very popular recently and very attractive to foreigners also. But unfortunately, the public space around the building is very poor with activities that can bring youth together, first of all, and then other citizens. Students analyzed the space around it, and they understood that the main movement around the place is pedestrian movement. So this is something that we really appreciate about our location, and we chose this small corner in front of the restaurant, and in between restaurant and in between a football sport playground to be our location. So now the students will start speaking about the project. Anastasia, are you here?
Hi, I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the process of how we got to our design. The first analyze is a classical theater, so we tried to make seatings for people to be able to watch games played on the football court. Then we realized that the cafeteria in the background has a window there, which was facing towards the playground, so we thought of opening space and not blocking the views or daylight going in the cafeteria. Then we tried some models with linear seating elements, which were moving in the space up and down. Then we took those linear horizontal elements and turned them into vertical linear elements, which were going kind of like a wave from a tall point to a short point and then to a tall point again. We tried multiplying them and pushing them and pulling them up and down, and we came to our final model.
Elena from Tbilisi.
So our group started to play with the forms to find the right one for the mood, atmosphere, and to match it to the facade, or to find the right shape. And we tried variety of possibilities. We tried vertical and horizontal lines together to somehow find the right design.
Dogan from Skopje.
Hello. So in this slide, you can see the master plan of our project. Our invention, this place is located right in front of the restaurant of the dormitory, and it is surrounded with some greenery, trees, bushes, and the football field. As you can see, our site has a short concrete wall that defines the location from 3 sides and makes a border. The invention we made perfectly fits in our location, where it invites people and seeks attention as a reference point of some action and can be easily reached from different sides. And the other slide. Okay, so in this slide, you can see the close-up situation of our location, which is 15 meters with 5. When we look from up, it looks like a net, which can be symbolized also as connecting people and the different heights, the different moods of people. Also, on the right bottom, you can see there are some details and shows the distances and dimensions of wooden columns and how they're connected to the ground with metal bases.
This dynamic as well as transparent form give you the freedom to behave the way you feel and use it in the way you want. The model is functioning like one single monumental sculpture with its wooden structure, which unites with the green environment or the nature, but contrasts with the surrounding concert buildings. Still, by the section, you can feel the modularity of the model with which we intervene and bring a new soul to this space. And somehow we let the facade that is in the background breathe and do not hinder its visibility.
Here we can see the model in visualization. We can clearly see that it's not blocking the cafeteria in the back, and also we can see its connection with the surrounding.
Our structure is representing the wave and the hill at the same time. It can be seen as you wish. It can represent the chart of different moods, or even the way of how the music spreads from the middle point, which can be used as an actual scene for many different performances. The wave follows the amphitheater geometry, and it represents the place for the audience which is watching the events on the field, or point of view and place for performance.
Sarah, we can hear you.
Tamari and Zizi, if they want to add some words in the end, like a conclusion.
Okay, so our goal was basically to create something really simple and minimalistic, but yet it should have been dynamic and vibrant. So yeah, this is the idea we came up with, to have static pillars which create various curves along the original concrete wall. This design is really transparent and light, but also it kind of resembles the surface of the building behind it. And this is kind of an amphitheater, which can be used for various events, student gatherings, for hanging out, and so on.
Zizi?
Yeah, that was me.
That was you. I'm
I
sorry.
want to add something.
Mhm.
The whole process was very interesting. We did it's a social, geographical, cultural analysis. It's and we decided to make this space interesting for people because it's really has a good potential. While working on this space and this project, we started thinking about the concept of what we needed here. This is a public space, and we have discussed all the possible options what serve the idea of a public space. First of all, it's a place where people gather for more communication and different social activities. Our project is also multifunctional social space that promotes social connection. The form follows the function. With this reasoning, we come to this free form of design, which we have presented. Well, we paid attention to the mood and thought about how people feel here. The idea serves to create more public space that is currently dysfunctional and has good potential. The present is and we thought that the present is in our hands, and what we can do is to make urban spaces interesting and comfortable for people, preserve and renew the objects of the past, create new ones in the present, and imagine a better future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, so this, okay. This was our team. Unfortunately, Zizi didn't send an image. She will send us later, and we will add her, and we will upload this for free download, so you can share it also on your profile. Now I will invite the team from Tbilisi to start presenting their project. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. First of all, we will start with a small introduction. We have worked, me and my colleague Natalia, which we are part of Multiverse Architecture Office team. First of all, thanks to Meleem Skopje and Architecture Biennial for this opportunity. It was really interesting to mix two countries and the groups as well in terms of this workshop. The most important side, we think, was the mixing and the discovering some similarities between those two countries during the week. We've had many interesting speakers involved, telling us more about their experiences and sharing the ideas, which was really, really interesting. And we will also highlight that we think it went really good. So the Tbilisi area is one of the buildings of the Academic Halaki, the city of academics, let's say the science library. We have chosen the area because of its story, let's say, because now it is not so much accessible maybe as it was before, but it is still visited by the neighborhoods as it is in a very residential area. And we wanted to make some challenges and to try how can we make this space maybe more attractive or more relaxing or more interesting for the visitors of the library and the people that live in that neighborhood. So the team will present. Mariam, will you start?
Yes. As mentioned before, our project site is located in the courtyard of the National Scientific Library of Georgia, which is located in a very chaotic neighborhood of Tbilisi. And I want to mention that it is one of the busiest parts of Tbilisi, yet it can be isolated and it can create a very calm atmosphere at the same time. And one of the main reasons are accessibility, because currently it is accessible by two main roads, as you can see on the diagram, by one pedestrian access and one vehicle road. And for the context, as Maria mentioned, this was a former Soviet academic town project, and the National Library was established right after the USSR Academy of Sciences was found. And with the growth of the academy, the issue of establishing a fundamental library was raised, and it was positively resolved later. And I think Elena is going to talk about it a little bit more.
Sure. This is now you can see the site of the building that we worked with. It was architected by Georgi Lezhava in 1970, and the surrounding and the project area that you can see now, there are a lot of different aspects that we wanted to show. First of all, the fact that it is mostly surrounded by the residential buildings, and before the pandemic, the project area that we worked with was mostly visited by people who live in this area. And also on this map, you can see how you can access the library and the space. It has two entrances. The one is when you can enter the library, and the other one from the project area. There is cafeteria, and as you can see, our project area can be accessed from the cafeteria itself, which is a very important fact for us.
Next page.
Right. So the individual ideas for the installation come from three main points. Firstly, the main focus was doing research about the site, the scientific library, its historic background, its use, and its connection to the community. Secondly, viewing the area location and what its surroundings were, taking into consideration the kindergarten that's located next to the library. The main question was what kind of people will access the courtyard, and the developing ideas show how to make the courtyard more approachable and better for all kinds of people, from the youngest to the most elderly. And the third main factor for the idea, basically it's even the most important factor, is global pandemic surrounding us and how the courtyard will become a safe place for the people to do their daily activities there without having the fear of uncertainty. The way the idea is developed is by manipulating the space in the courtyard with the help of the trees surrounding the courtyard, and also with by making certain shapes that will prevent gathering of a large number of groups.
Next page, please.
The intervention is a confluence of the concepts of modularity and continuity, with the idea behind it being to bring the concentration of activities from inside the building out in the open. It brings attention to the courtyard itself and makes it more approachable for the community. There are opportunities for recreational activities such as play and socialization, as well as educational opportunities where visitors can participate in small-scale exhibitions, presentations, and take part in book exchange. The elements strive to achieve transformability through division and connection, and are able to be combined into a singular fluid shape.
As you saw from all the analysis before, this is the idea that came to be. The plan reveals the form that we that is decided to be taken, which is a continuous shape with a modularity. And by modularity, we mean each part of the bench can be removed and taken to another spot. The dimensions we were thinking of having it as comfortable as possible to be made and also to be used by people in that way that it will be light and people can use it and misplace it however they want. The materials that are used are wood, concrete, and steel, and they all complement each other and the site and the elements found in the site. The metal elements, which are the tubes on two sides of the location, would be used for putting screens, posters, or whatever it is needed to present, while also a spot for children or visitors to have some fun. The other tubes are meant for shelves, so people can leave the books or take some books that are from the library, while the benches could be moved in place however they want, however it suits the location or whatever is happening in the location. In the next slide, you will see the sections and how minimal the intervention is and how softly it touches upon the location without imposing too much or taking the attention from the library itself and whatever is in the surrounding area. This is also presented in the next slide, which is the elevations or facades. And these are some of the ideas we had on how people could interact in the area. The next slide is the details, which we explained in detail what kind of elements would be used and how they would be attached. The idea is to use natural wood and steel elements, which are very easy to find and very cheap to use, so it doesn't cost too much and it's not too hard for people to use it and rely on it.
Maria?
Yes, these are some axonometric drawings, and we wanted to show our two main ideas by them. That was continuity and modularity. And on the first axonometric view, you can see how this shape can be very continuous. And in the second slide, you can see how it can be transformed into a very modular space. These are also some models that we were working on during this working process, and some collages that we made for this place, and it shows our main target audience and the people that are going to use this place, the community space.
Next.
Yes, this is also a collage for creating the mood of this space in Tbilisi, and we assembled all of those collages together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is the team that worked on the project. Thanks. Thank you very much. It was interesting, a very nice thing together. Maybe someone who is following us now can ask some questions, and maybe also some of you want to comment as a final thing, something about the general work or whatever.
Actually, we don't have at this stage the questions posted on our online platforms. How did you find working on the workshops in different parts of the world? That would be my question.
Maybe some of the participants can answer.
I would say that it was very interesting how limited we are in the talking and the communication, and how it's everything done online, but we still manage to understand one another, and we still manage to contribute and have our work done in a certain way. Me personally, I enjoyed it very much, and I enjoyed working with the team, and it was a true teamwork, as I think every teamwork should be. And I'm very glad that we got to see a different side of a different city, of a different country, and a totally different environment, which is so different and so similar to ours. So we touched upon many subjects like that, and in the end, it turned out that we're not that different, that we have many things in common, even though we're in two parts of the world, per se.
Great.
Thank you. There is anyone wants to add on that?
I would just add that I want also to thank Meleem Skopje and Biennial Tbilisi for this opportunity. It was really a pleasure to work with this team from Skopje students and Tbilisi students, and I think at the end those projects are very interesting and very much make sense for these locations, the selected locations. And I would be really happy for next year if these projects are realized, and I hope it will be, and everyone can enjoying the realized project in actual space. Thank you. Thank you for the teams, and you really did a great job.
Actually,
I started from thanks, but I will add again maybe that many thanks. The team was great, like Skopje, Tbilisi, they worked so much together. It was like we have not any difficulties of being online, because there were moments I was thinking, what if now we would have been in one room all together? Maybe something would have been differently, maybe the project would be, but I don't know, the outcome is such great that I think everything went in a proper way, and the projects are very beautiful because they have the potential, we think, and maybe we can see them like in reality. That's all. Many thanks, Meleem and Biennial, and all the team.
Actually,
great job.
Yeah.
Actually, when I saw the location right now on the presentation, I just got super curious, because as you might know, some of you might know, Tbilisi Architecture Biennial was planning to hold its whole event in that area as a physical event, but unfortunately, the situation didn't happen. And I would really agree with all of you that it would be nice to have this presentation workshop in physical space in times to come. Especially, as I said, it's very interesting for the Biennial to have this location as one of the outlines in your workshops. There is a question actually on our Facebook. Natia is asking, what was the main inspiration for each project? So again, maybe some of the participants could reflect on that.
First of all, actually, I would say that I knew about the library, that it was selected for the Biennial, but I really did not remember that. So it just hit me. Maybe it was one of the reasons why, from our intuition, we chose this location, and I'm really happy about it. It's great. Yeah, and what was the main inspiration? I will say shortly, and maybe the students also can add their thoughts. In case of Tbilisi, we were searching for a place which will be connected to some kind of educational processes, like some kind of academic background, as Skopje already had chosen the location, which was student dormitory. So we wanted it to be connected somehow to the education. And the first idea was to have library, and actually the pool in its courtyard, which was very beautiful and is very beautiful, but it was really big for this kind of 1 week working project. And that's why we moved to a little bit away from the pool, but in same courtyard with the same context. And I think at the end, the location itself was a big inspiration, especially the pool and some structures in it. So I'll just end here, and maybe students also
students.
their thoughts.
How we went to this.
I can say a little bit about how we were getting inspired. First of all, it was the building itself and all the surrounding areas. And we started our idea with the research and tried to find some shapes and forms that would connect us to the library even more. And we came up with this idea of a pool and the structures that were inside, and somehow recreated it into a new project.
And how about the team in Skopje? I have been in Skopje once in my previous experience, and I found there quite an inspirational city. And I think that you could find a lot of places with the inspirations, especially for this workshop. But what was your inspiration in that case?
Someone from Skopje wants to say something from the team?
Yes. Actually, we were inspired from so many things from different aspects, as like, first of all, our building and the surroundings. And then we started to think about the workshops. It's called Mood, and we decided to see how moods can affect our inspiration, and we started like that, and it led us to this point.
Someone
How
else
about
want
you,
to add
Sarah?
something?
Yeah.
Maybe I can ask also participants, like, does the speakers also inspired you in some of the design process? Like, was this important, or do you think we could have done the workshop without morning lectures? Like, how was your feeling about that?
Yes, they really inspired us. They had some interesting and different kind of works. And it was great having those lectures and speakers starting today with them. So we were more open-minded after that.
Okay.
I will ask again. What are the next steps, if any? Or we close the workshop with this presentation? Do you foresee anything rather than having it on a physical space presentation, the continuity of this workshop?
You ask me?
We can start with you, and then we'll ask George and Tim also.
Yeah. So the general plan is that these installations will be built up. We have some budget for it, but maybe this budget will be short. So maybe we'll work a little bit to find co-finance for the interventions. Yeah, so we will meet all together next year, hopefully physically, to build up these installations on site. And we hope that while this long process from the design to building, maybe we will become like a big studio, international, and big family, Mood family, that hopefully maybe some other small groups will start growing inside, and people start connecting, and different stories will get born outside of this project. So we just don't know. We just put the seed into the ground, and we will see what we'll get. But from it, yeah.
Great. I think that this is very interesting workshop, and one of the participants, apologies, I don't remember the name, already mentioned so many things we have in similar in common, and at the same time so many differences. There is another question from Mu Architecture and Placemaking. Natalia, is it you posting the questions? Asking what were the challenges you faced working online? So
it's
maybe,
not me.
but we'll start our answers with you. Maybe.
What were the challenges is the question. Well, Yeah, I think this to find the similarities and differences was one of the challenges, I think, because but it was really also inspiring how we during the process all became like very I don't know, close to each other. I think I will miss every one of the guys who were participating in the workshop. Like, I don't even imagine how I'll start my day tomorrow without them already. So yeah, it was really challenging to produce a work with a team that you don't know, because it's when you don't know people and you just meet them first time and you're like moderating the ideas. It's, for me, it was challenging to somehow like take the best from everything what we had on the table, and I think it really went well because the team was very flexible and the ideas were transforming into something more with very fluent way. And yeah, I think with the result, I'm very happy because we had some different kind of discussions about modularity and continuum and how it should be realized at the end. And I think the combination of the ideas what we have presented was the best of from the team's work. And I'm very happy about it. I don't know if I answered the question, but
Yes, I think you did. Anything from anyone wants to add from Skopje team about the challenges? Some team members, students? Okay, it's quite quiet.
Don't be shy, guys. Come on, you are speakers. You are speaking a lot when we are working in the group.
Don't worry, it's live, but still it's not scary. We will not.
Yes.
But anyway, I think that like working on online platforms is always challenging. Personally, I perceive it as one of the hardest parts. I wouldn't even think about how hard it is to do the Biennial on an online platform. And I can see that you might have faced the similar challenges while not seeing people physically, and you don't have this physical interaction rather than having these virtual interactions when in some cases you lose some very important physical touches. But I think that in the end, what you have presented, it's like very, very impressive and very nice steps to take it further. But Sarah, I stopped you. You wanted to say something.
No, I just, for our group, it was interesting because we were playing music and this kind of stuff. We wanted to feel like we're in one room, and yeah, so I feel like I know the people that were in our team. Like, kind of we connected in the last 2 days, especially. We really connected kind of on some virtual level. I don't know where, but we connected, and that's what like I feel these people. I don't know how they really look. I mean, maybe someone is very tall. I just maybe know a little bit their face, but doesn't matter. I really feel the people. So it was a nice. I mean, COVID didn't stop us, so yeah.
Perfect. Now it's time, I think, for the last reflections. If any of you want to add something, speak up about something, you can take that opportunity right now.
Anastasia from my team, don't want to say something? Anastasia, other Anastasia, Elena, please guys say something.
Yosa, Maria, Melene, guys, Steven.
I would like to say just thank you all for this opportunity and for making it possible for us to be part of these workshops, whether I think I speak in the name of all when I say whether it's in Skopje or whether it's the Tbilisi team. I think we all had fun, and we could see that even online workshops actually work. We don't have to be always present there, even though it would have been maybe more fun and nicer. But I really like to thank you for this opportunity and for making it possible for us to work and be part of this team, even though we're in different places at the moment. But hopefully we can come together as a group or as a team and make the project ourselves. So thank you.
Also, I want to add how thankful I am for this opportunity and how international cooperation is really important. Different points of view and everything. And I think it's amazing. We did really great job and I'm proud of us. So that's it. Thank you.
I also wanted to say that I'm very proud of the model that we did, the design that we did, the way we did it, and I want to say thank you for organizing this kind of workshop. It was really fun, and I think we all learned a lot.
In frames of international interaction of the professionals and the workshops, I think first of all, we have to thank Biennial and thank you guys for doing this, because all this time that Biennial has started until today, and I think it will continue. It has been a pleasure to follow all the events and lectures and so much work that you did in this time, and it's really a great opportunity, and I think to do it online and open so much for new communications and new interactions is a brilliant work. So thank you again.
Thank you. I mean, on behalf of Tbilisi Architecture Biennial, we are really happy to have the projects and the workshops that we just saw. Actually, I was like looking at the workshop and thinking that this is exactly why we do the Biennial. And I really thank you all for this dedication, for your inputs. And it's quite challenging to work these times, especially two different cities online with something more important to take care at certain stages, and I think that the results show how important work we all do. And it's not about the Biennial today, it's really about you. And I thank you once again, teams in Tbilisi, Meleem Skopje, for this dedication and work. I really hope that we will meet physically next year in Skopje and in Tbilisi, and we will continue to take this workshop from that point. Thank you again.
I wanted to suggest if you want to turn on your camera so we can take a group photo or something like this, if people want to, like, not obligatory. Yeah. Yay! Show your face. Thank you. Okay, wait a second.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Before you take a picture, yes, I wanted to wish you all
maybe there is like someone, Ivan Todorovsky and Valery is someone. No, okay, Sanya.
I can't because I don't have a camera on my laptop.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay. Just Tamar is missing. It's okay. Tamar is okay. Cool. Thank you, guys. I'm taking a print screen now. And wait, there is 2 pages. We are so many people.
Cool.
Wait,
Why didn't you tell us the pose?
Theodora, can you also take one print screen, please?
Sarah, tell us the pose.
Which is the pose? Tell me you tell me the pose.
Oh, I don't know. Each one can have their own, but tell us 3, 2, 1, and print screen.
3, 2, 1. Do whatever crazy you want to do. You didn't do crazy faces, guys. You're not fair. This is not how we're playing. Okay, let me first save the first one. And then the another page. There is another page. How to go? Okay, like this. One more time. 2, 3, 2, 1.
Perfect. I think that's a very good ending to the workshop. Wish you all the best.
Yes. Also.
Actually, stay healthy and safe, and have a good mood.
Also, bye. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye. Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao.